Shalom.
Shalom.
But first, I want to give all praise and glories to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Chakwadash.
I want to give double honors to my elders and my apostle, Great Millstone. Salutations to your hopeful elect out here pushing this truth with sincerity. May the blessing of election fall upon your household.
Right.
Lord willing, this lesson that we do today is going to be edifying and a Bible ball.
Bible ball. So, hey, Lord will the video is edifying. We're just going to touch on through the spirit. No simping, man. No simping, man. You got it.
I was going to say, the Most High does not like simps, all right? And we're not supposed to be simping out here.
All right, and ultimately, you have to know what's more important. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because one of the things that I still struggle with in a way is women, So if this lesson is for anybody, it's for me. You know what I mean? Right. But you got some other men out here that struggle with certain things too. Matter of fact, Bible Kashal, can you get 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, Bible Kashal?
You gonna pull him up? Yeah, man, so you can't be out here simping for these women, because at the end of the day, we are the prize.
Right.
And this is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, and it reads, "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it."
Right. So no temptation is taking you that's not common to man. So basically, the stuff that we go through, other brothers be going through it too. And that's really the point that I wanted to bring that out. But nevertheless, the brother said, you're the prize. So unless you got some, matter of fact, I'll get it. Let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 32. I'm going to read Isaiah 32 real quick. Matter of fact, we were just going through this through the spirit too. Isaiah 4. If one of the brothers want to get that too, because, hey,
I got it.
Scripture say covet to prophesy. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 1. Salakia. Isaiah 32. Actually, I'll start from verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And that's ultimately, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. That's the elect being built up. That king that's going to reign in righteousness is Yahweh Shemel Shai, and the princes is going to be that 144,000. Right. Verse 2. It says, "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and as a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, and as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." Meaning what? Okay, a man is going to be the prized possession in these upcoming times, during these times of trouble, man. All right, a man is going to be that succor that's going to be needed in that day of trouble for you women.
Right.
Bible Kashal, get Isaiah.
This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1.
Next one.
And it reads, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach."
That's right. That's right. 7 women shall take hold of one man. Okay, meaning what? A completion amount of women are going to be thirsty for the men of the Lord.
Let me ask something.
You got that out?
And today, how society goes, it's reversed. How men is thirsty for women, men, like how we're going into, don't be simp. These men be simping over women, and it's not even the most beautiful woman, but that's just how it is, It could be the average woman, but, they got it set up, for the man to simp over the woman, but, like the brother Yatazar said, we're the prize. Go ahead, Akif.
Right.
And, simping over a woman could cause a brother to fall out.
Oh, man. That's what this is all about.
And falling out, this truth because of a woman. Let me pull this out.
Falling out this truth over anything, for that matter. But especially not for a fucking woman who's not even who you're more valuable than. Not to say that women don't have their role and that they don't have their value and that women ain't shit. I'm just saying a man is above the woman. We just read it. A man shall be as a hiding place. Also Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. 7 women shall take hold of what? 7 women shall take hold of one man. A man is the prized possession.
It doesn't say 7 men shall take hold of one woman.
Right.
So brothers are the prize out here.
That's
You know,
right.
you need to stop simping.
That's
You know,
right.
You simps will be put to death.
Matter of fact, Baba Shah, can you look up simp in the Urban Dictionary, Baba Shah?
And,
You had a point though.
And mind you, the reason, you feel me, a lot of these jakes out here is simp is because Esau put, you feel me, Eve and her box on a pedestal.
Yep, and I'll get the
Right.
prophecy. I'll get the prophecy.
Yeah. And I was gonna pull out Proverbs 31.
I'm gonna get this real quick to
Yeah,
back you
Kyle,
up.
go ahead, you can put that out. But yeah, Esau put these Eves on the pedestal, and a lot of these Jake, all right, out here simping. They're not even being men. They're basically acting like women, and these women out here basically being the men. Cause now the women are being the prizes. The women are saying this save, this go. If they don't go my way, it's the highway, and men are just folding to that. Okay, don't simp to that. You know how many women are out here, and to be honest, like the apostle say, it's better off to not even have no women.
Yep.
That's right. You know, these women is wicked out here.
Calm.
This is the Urban Dictionary.
Salaki, let me get this scripture.
Go ahead, Al.
This back up, Yatazak. This is Jeremiah 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth, meaning it wasn't always this way. A woman shall compass a man, meaning that the woman is a woman. It's a gynocentric society. That's a fancy way of saying a woman worship society. Putting the pussy on a pedestal. That's the politically correct term. You got that,
Put out
though.
the
Well, this is the Urban Dictionary. Simp. Suckers idolizing mediocre pussy. Some male who will do anything for a little bit of play from a female. He usually chasing around a female who not even worth the work or time.
Which one of you brothers said that? Them, I think you just said that. Them women don't even be all that.
They don't
You
even
feel
be
me?
out. I'm
And mind
talking
you,
about,
that man said suckers. Y'all
Suckers.
suckers out here. Suckers.
You got these, you got these base, women out here don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean, don't know how to take care of anything. But,
Cardi B.
You got these Cardi B.
Put it in the music. Shalakia, I ain't gonna cut y'all, but like rappers like Cardi B that all these women are looking up to, the city girls, all this. Cardi B got a line. She said she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, but she think that walk is gonna keep her man. Alright. Alright.
And what that
But he
means-
still cheated.
You feel me?
Quote unquote.
Cheated.
Quote unquote.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
there's no
So,
such thing as
Yeah.
cheating.
Yeah.
You feel me? If
that-
one woman
for a
can't
man.
provide it, another will.
But that's all these women got to offer in these days. All they got to offer is they mediocre pussy. But that's just to show you how the woman is on the pedestal, because you're supposed to be applying pressure.
Spirit.
You're supposed to be doing all these things.
That's right.
Chasing around. Doing more for her than she does for you. Because that's how the society has it set up. For you to be the simp, they have the woman on the pedestal. Like you said, she say she don't cook, she don't clean, but she has a wop. What type of shit is that? Look,
Every bitch supposed to have a wop.
And let me throw this in there too, because if you look at all these rappers, right, all these celebrities, all these rappers, especially with Jake, they always, before they were in the fame, before they had the money, they were like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a simp. I'm not gonna, they're always saying they're not a simp. But if you look at all these niggas, these 2/3 rappers, they're all simps.
that's right.
Cause you look at that rapper Quavo, right?
Quavo.
He slid in that girl's DMs with the whoop. People think he was just being saucy. No, he ended up buying her a $30,000, $40,000 bag just so she could be with him. That's an epitome of a simp. That's a sucker. That's a sucker.
Yep.
And they
You
deceive you.
a sucker.
A sucker.
And they
With an
deceive you
A.
in their music, because in their music they talk about they ain't gonna treat a bitch to nothing. Excuse my French, but they ain't gonna do nothing for these women. They ain't thinking about a woman. But in their life they don't got no game. You know why? Because most of these men come from their mother. They don't got no male figure in the household.
And that's the
telling
curses.
them, telling them that you are the prize. The woman is supposed to come with these features, and y'all supposed to be a companion, to one, if that's what you want to do. But it's the mothers telling you got to do this, you got to get on one knee,
Matter of
you got to
fact.
put a woman on
And
the
then-
pedestal. Go ahead, dog.
And then too, like Future, he's like, oh, you identify his women with APs. You have these rappers saying you don't go in a relationship if you don't got money. You need in this Babylon society, you need money to talk to a broke female. You need money to be with a girl that's broke, that has nothing. But not even to get it wrong, like in the kingdom, of course, you gonna want your Eves in the kingdom to be looking
Yeah, they
nice,
gonna
iced
be
out.
laced
You feel
out.
me? They gonna be laced out in the kingdom, but right now it's like, damn, they
supposed to be in modest
They feel
apparel.
me, a modest apparel, but right now they're using all these carnal things, being so carnal with them, as if like, oh, they like, damn, if I don't got this, I don't want him. What can he do for me? But that's
Hypergamy. And that's the thing, that's the spirit. But let me get this real quick and I'm gonna bounce off the brother point. This 1 Corinthians 14, start at verse 33. The water. It says, "For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Let your women," and another thing is, you know, this is also touching on how we're all supposed to be on one accord. We all speak the same things. We're not all speaking multiple doctrines. We all have one doctrine. But also, it's confusion when you let your woman rule over you.
That's right.
All right, verse 34. "And your home, as far as your home, your roof, your home is a form of a church, because the scriptures say how you supposed to rule the church of the Most High, and you don't have your own house in order. You're supposed to have your woman in order. Matter of fact, can you look up that scripture, Baba Shaw? Rule house well, something like that. Rule house well. It's talking about a deacon or a bishop, but nevertheless, we all are deacons and bishops in our own right, because when you look at it, a man is the head of the house.
1 Timothy 3 and 4.
Yeah, bro, get that out, Baba.
This is 1 Timothy. Shalaki. This is 1 Timothy 3 verse 4, and it goes, "One that ruleth well his own house, have his children in subjection with all gravity."
And a woman is like a child. A woman is like a big child. Okay? Why do you think the woman?
Child with breast.
Right. God, these women are like children, to be honest. Because a lot of times you see Eve be the same ones. Oh, goo goo gaga with the little babies and shit like that. You know, sometimes the men be doing it too, but most of the time the man be more temperate, more grave, more serious. You know, and scripture say that teach the young men to be grave. You know, meaning to be serious. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is all fun and games. Yeah, we laugh amongst each other, but you know, we understand. We know when to flip that switch. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, there's another scripture too where it talks about how can he rule the church of the Lord and not have his own house in order. Just type in house, church, something like that. It's in a New Testament. You got a scripture?
Got the first one that you
Oh, Con, I'm gonna read this then.
Okay.
This is it's like towards like the end, like maybe like Timothy. Yeah, that's it right there. 1 Timothy 3 and 5. Baba Shah, the water. Read that, Baba Shah.
I could have just kept going.
Oh yeah, and you could start over again.
Yeah. That's 1 Timothy 3, starting at verse 4. "One that ruleth well his own house, have his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of Yahweh?"
Exactly. So your home is like your own church. So when you have the woman ruling over you, that's confusion in the church. Now this is 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 34. It says, "Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. If they will learn anything," it says they're supposed to be under obedience, meaning the man's supposed to be over the woman. It says,
right.
"And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church." Okay? So, and also there's a scripture where it says the woman was made for the man wasn't made for the woman.
That's right.
You know, I don't know it off the top of my head, but you know, I'm sure other brothers know it, but you know, you want to say something?
You know, like the brother Adawan was saying, you know, obedience. You know, the woman needs to be obedient to the man. But you know, in this society and in this culture that we live in, you know, some women aren't obedient to their man because they look less upon. You know, they feel less upon, and that's looked less upon because, you know, in this society is put, you know, these women feel like they could run the man, you know, run game on men.
Women shall compass a man.
They feel like they're the new age, you know, niggas out here. You know,
Yep.
They run game. They got multiple, you know, they got multiple dudes, and they doing, you know, how men would do.
You know, and women is really supposed to be submissive out here to their man.
Yep.
All right, but a lot of these women, they want submissive men.
Yep.
But at the same time, deep down inside, these women know they don't want no submissive man, because these women say, oh, they want a man that's not gonna tell them what to do. They be able to do this and that, and in reality, they go back and like, I don't want no soft man. I want a man to put me in my place.
Exactly.
That's in the spirit, because they know that they're supposed to be submissive to their husbands.
Exactly.
Okay, that's in the spirit.
Exactly. And I got this precept. This is 1 Timothy 2 and starting at verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the women learn in silence with all subjection. Subjection meaning you're being in order. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. So a woman is not supposed to be ruling over a man. Don't be a simp, man. It says, but to be in silence.
Right. So that means, you women shut up when a man is talking.
Verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Right.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Now, when you go to Sirach 25, Baba Kashah, can you get that real quick? Sirach 25 and 24, Baba Kashah?
While he's getting that, I got that 1 Corinthians chapter 11.
25 and what?
25 and 24.
Verse, I'll start at 7. For man indeed ought not to cover his head. I'll start at 8. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
There's the Wadiyah Bashmal. That's the precept I was talking about, man. Adam was first formed, then Eve. Adam meaning man. Then Eve was formed. And look, he said Adam wasn't deceived, but the woman was deceived. And guess what happened with Adam? Let's be honest. Ultimately it was the will of the Lord, but let's keep it 100. What happened when Adam simped for his Eve? Your brother got the precept.
This is Sirach, the 25th chapter, verse 24, and it goes, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died.
Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. Why? Because Adam simped over his woman. Romans chapter 6, starting at verse 14, it says, for sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. But what then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? The Most High forbid. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. So Adam was a servant unto his woman. He obeyed his woman. He learned the ways of wickedness. And that's why the scripture said what? Through you got it.
Let me read it again.
Yep, go on, Bible.
This is Sirach, the 25th chapter, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died.
There you go. Right. Matter of fact, finish off on that chapter, Bible Kashah.
Verse 25. Give the water to no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
You're not supposed to be giving these women liberty to just be going out and about, gadding abroad. Gad, when you go into the word gad, it means troop. And what do troops do? They march. So you're not supposed to be giving no wicked woman liberty to fucking be going out and about wherever the fuck she want to go, man.
Being wicked and folly.
Exactly.
And just to add on that, if they say in the world, if you don't fall for any, what's the saying?
If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything.
That's right. So in that sense, Adam was supposed to tell. I know everything is preordained, but Adam was supposed to tell. He was supposed to stand on something. He say the Most High tells us not to eat there.
Right.
So what that said on that.
But that's why the scripture say, know ye not your servants to whom ye obey. So he obeyed his woman, so he became a servant unto sin. Right. He became a servant unto his Eve. He simped. Let's be real, man. He simped.
He simped out.
But not trying to crack on Adam or nothing like that. Because we don't all have moments where we simp too, more than likely.
That's right.
I'll speak for myself, but nevertheless, you know what I mean? Look what it leads to. It leads to you being off your purpose. Can you finish off on that Sirach, Bible Show?
This is Sirach, the 25th chapter, verse 26. Actually, I start from 24 down.
Go ahead.
All right.
You got it.
This is verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Right, just like how you have a leak You don't want to give the water passage. You want to stop that leak.
Let me nip it in the butt right there.
Same thing how you deal with your Eve.
Verse 26 to end off the chapter. If she go not as thou wouldest, have her cut her off from thy...
Read that again, Baba Shah.
Salakia. If she go not as thou wouldest, have her cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go.
Meaning, if this bitch, you know you got it. If this Eve, she being a demon, she being wicked, she hindering you from the faith, cut that bitch off, man.
Cut that bitch off. You know, most of these women got that Alexander Crowley spirit. Do what thou shalt will. You know, do whatever they want when they feel they want. But you know, so if you have a woman like that, you know, cut her off. You know, she wicked. You know, these women need to be put in check in order if they do something wrong. You know, you're not supposed to just go out here, you know, do what you want when you want. You know?
He was smooth. Probably. But I got this quick precept. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 7, and I'll start at verse 23. Has thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth. All right? So if you have kids, you're supposed to keep your kids, you know, you're supposed to discipline your kids, right? It says, has thou daughters, have care of their body, and shew not thyself cheerful toward them. So a lot of times women, they'll say they like men who are serious. They don't like men who are goofy. They like men who are serious. Just like how a woman's father is supposed to be. He's supposed to be serious with his daughter, you know? That scripture says it right here, okay? It says, has thou daughters, have care of their body, meaning have care of their body, meaning don't let them be wearing whatever the fuck they want to be wearing, you know? They got to be wearing that modest apparel. Same thing with your Eve. You don't want your Eve out and about, you know, with her titties all out, her ass all out, so on and so forth, for everybody to see. Same thing how you're supposed to deal with your daughter. Same way how you're supposed to deal with your Eve. Because a daughter, for instance, a daughter is the father's property. But once the father hands that property over to her husband, guess what? That woman is his property. So you deal with her like how you would deal with your daughter, you know? Verse, it says, and shew not thyself cheerful towards them. So when you're dealing with these women, have a form of an edge, a sharpness about you. You know, don't always be all happy and laughing and goofy with these women. Speaking to myself first and foremost. Verse 25. Well, now that was really the point, you know. Has thou daughters, have care of their body, you know what I mean? And also, having care of their body is keeping them in order too. You know what I'm saying? But, man, low-key, I had another precept in mind. But yeah, you got it.
No, I was just precept. I was just holding for a little minute. It was just.
I got it. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 26, starting at verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. Straitly meaning you putting that lockdown on her ass.
Keep her in line.
Yep. Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Okay, so you're not supposed to be keep letting these women do whatever the fuck they want to do, because then they'll go off, they'll do the wrong thing.
And I want to throw this in there. Like, these women are like children. You gotta keep them in line. You got your child. You can't let your child run out in the street and just act like a stray dog and do whatever. You gotta keep your woman in line, because if you do not keep your woman in line, she's gonna be doing whatever she wants. She's gonna be walking all over you. She's gonna do what she wants. All right. And you gonna be simping.
Hey,
you gonna be simping.
Like,
and then she gonna run.
Yep.
Real talk. She gonna be like, know what? I'm going out tonight. I'm coming home tomorrow if I feel like it. And then you're gonna. And then
what you gonna do as a simp?
Okay.
And then next thing you know, guess what?
Gook.
Through the woman became the beginning sin, and through her we all die.
Hey, this stand for nothing.
Yep. Hey, this folly, but it's on point. What that nigga Snoop Dogg say? Can you control your hoe? You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, that nigga, hey, but it's facts though. It's facts though. Can you control your E?
That's
you know what I mean? Don't, hey, but we can start with the list, you know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, come.
This is the first precept. This is Proverbs, the 31st chapter, verse 3. Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Exactly. Plain and simple. Don't give your strength unto women. You know, don't let her be your strength. A woman is not your strength. Yahweh Shema Shai is our strength.
That's right.
You know? You got it.
Cause like there's men out here, they be like, damn, they're simping so hard to the point, like they be like, damn, I'm in this truth, but if my girl leaves me because of this truth, like, damn, what am I gonna do? Like, they feel like it's the end of the world if they lose a woman. Man, there's so many Eves in this world.
Exactly. You was gonna say something you wanted, Thon?
Give not thy strength to a woman.
Like the brother was saying, we're not supposed to put we supposed to put our all in the Most High Yahweh or Yahweh Shah. We're not supposed to put our life into these women, like the woman was made for us, we're not supposed to put everything in the woman because at the end, the woman goes off, without even, she's gonna go off eventually, So like the brother was saying, you gotta, keep her in check. You can't just put, your all into your Eve.
Yeah, she's not fit to lead. A woman. It's like you.
Right, go ahead.
A woman's not fit to lead. That's not her job. So the moment when, that's why the scripture say, suffer not a woman to usurp authority over a man. She's not built to lead. You're built to lead as the man, and Lord willing, we all be men of the Lord. We're meant to lead the pack, man. They're meant to help us, lead the pack, if you will. And what I'm saying by that is, she's like an extension of you. You know what I mean? Just like how you have servants. A servant is not you, but it's an extension of you. You know what I mean? But altogether, that's the point, man. But
that's you on that second one.
Yeah,
this is 1 Esdras chapter 4 verse 21. He sticketh not to spend his life with his.
Salakia, start from that. Man, we gonna have to go deep with this one. I ain't gonna hold you. 1 Esdras 4. Start from Baba Kashab. Start from 14.
All right, this is 1 Esdras chapter 4 verse 14, and it reads, O ye men, it is not the great king nor the multitude of men, neither is wine that excellent. Who is then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Woman hath borne the king and all of the people that bear rule by the sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yeah, if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman, which is commonly in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with an open mouth fix their eyes fast on her?
Right, like when you be seeing a baddie, you be like, oh, like, dang, bruh.
Ooh,
and just like, just like what the brother was saying. Just like what the brother was saying earlier about how you got jakes, like it says, they gather gold and silver. You got these jakes, they trying to put their Eve in Balmain, Quavo buying her a $40,000 person, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what the scripture's saying. And go back to the scriptures. And this is truly a Babylonian mindset, because when you read the story of Esdras was in, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was either in the Babylonian captivity or the Medo-Persian captivity. But nevertheless, this is a heathenistic mindset to be woman worshiping. That's a heathenistic mindset.
Right.
And even the heathen, they understand that their woman is not over them, but it's still a heathenistic mindset, man.
That's right.
Babylon,
Babylon the Great. You got these other places in Dubai or in these other in the so-called Middle Eastern, where these men know they're the prize. They got multiple wives. They don't go down on one knee.
I was speaking about that with someone that's the spirit. I was having a conversation with one of you guys about that. Yeah, because in Babylon, they look at you with that was you, the one we was having a conversation. In Babylon, they look at, oh, you have multiple wives is wickedness, but you look in all these other countries, right? You look in the Middle East, all these other countries, multiple wives, a woman is wrapped up, head wrapped, being modest. But here, they like to be folly. That's why you see these other countries aren't plagued as much as Babylon is.
Exactly.
That's right. Like what I was getting into, but this is the only place where you got to get on one knee and worship the woman. That's folly. You getting on one knee.
Messed up.
You getting down on your knees just to.
You bowing down to a female.
You bowing down. You're not supposed to bow down to nobody.
Nothing.
But
that's like worshiping. That's like, so like it's like making a woman your idol.
That's right.
gynocentric society. Let's keep reading on this first Ezra Bible shot because
Alright.
it's about to go into it.
All right, this is First Esdras in chapter
4 and 19.
Chapter 4, verse 19. And letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with mouth open fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold, or any goodly thing whatsoever?
Yeah, men, they be going more hard for women than they be going for money.
That's
That's
right.
basically what it's saying. Go ahead, Bible Sean.
Verse 20. A man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife.
Yep.
He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country.
Yeah, a man is ready to give up everything. Like, you got a lot of times where a story where it'd be like, a woman, she'll want to go move to this far out country or this far out state, and the nigga, he'll go ride with her. He's like, I don't really like the cold, but babe, if you want to move to Antarctica, I'm coming with you.
Right.
That's the spirit these scriptures talking about.
And those relationships never last. You know why? Because you following the woman. The woman is not meant to lead.
Yep.
And they usually, like I said, those relationships don't even work. Because like the brother was saying, the woman is not meant to lead. You are supposed to lead. That's why those relationships never last. It looks good on the internet, or it looks good for society, but you let the woman lead, that's only gonna lead to your destruction.
And the woman leading you to death. You see a lot of these jakes out here are dying about women.
Right.
Especially in Florida. A lot of men out here are dying about women. Just a couple months ago, a man got killed by his Eve. And his Eve got killed with him. Men is dying about Eves out here. And then on top of that, men is going to work not even to pay their bills, not even to to make sure that they get their daily bread. They going to work to get their check for their Eve.
And the scripture's gonna go into that. The scripture gonna literally say that. Matter of fact, keep reading First Ezra Bible Kashan. Keep reading Bible Kashan, because the scripture's gonna literally say that. Verse 22. You was gonna grab a scripture?
I was gonna go to the next one, but let me go back. This is First Esdras chapter 4, verse 22.
I can read it.
You there?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Can somebody get for me Proverbs 6 and 23? Start at verse 23. This is First Ezra 4, starting at verse 22. But this also you must know, that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Just like what the brother Yatazak just said. Jacob go to work to bring it back for his Eve. Ain't nothing wrong with taking care of your Eve and, supporting her financially. But, what I'm saying? If you just living your life, you working for your Eve, you got the wrong mindset, bro. It says, verse 23. Yeah, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal and to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
That's right.
Jacob fucking go rob a nigga, bring that shit back for his Eve. Oh, baby, look what I just got this stain.
That's right.
I just got this stain from this nigga. Look, baby, you know what I'm saying? Or even the movie Troy. When you read this, when you watch the movie Troy, what was the whole plot? Because the one nigga committed adultery with the nigga woman, and he was literally going upon the sea. It says to sail upon the sea and upon rivers. The niggas was literally sailing upon the sea and upon rivers, going to war over a fucking one woman. One woman, bruh. But let me keep reading. It says, verse 23, verse 24, and look at Slakia. Verse 25, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father and mother. Yeah, there be many that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Meaning you ran out your wits, meaning you ran out your mind for a bitch, man. Some niggas, they be driving, and they looking at a woman, next thing you know, boom, they crash. Because they too busy worried about looking at this one bitch who not even worried about him. Many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes, meaning you simping. If you becoming a servant, a female servant, you becoming a woman servant, that's what the scripture's saying. You being a simp. Verse 27, Many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women. So basically, the king was saying, you know, what has the most dominion? When you read this chapter, the king was asking, what has the most dominion? And they was like saying, one man said the king, one man said wine, and this man that we were just reading about, he was talking about women. And what he was saying, a lot of what he was saying was on point. But ultimately, Ezra came up and he said, the ultimate thing that has dominion is the truth. That's what Ezra said, man. You know, and that's the point, really. You know, you can keep reading because it goes deeper into it, but you know, the point is really. Actually, let me keep reading. Verse 28. And now, do ye not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all religions fear to touch him? So a king, you know, a king is great in his power, right? It says, yet did I see him in Apamie, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Bardachus, sitting at the right hand of the king. So he said a concubine was sitting at the king's right hand. Because Donald Trump, or let's just say Solomon, perfect example. Solomon was a great king. Yet, what did he went off because why? Not because he dealt with women, but because he became a servant for their sakes and worshiped their gods. So here it is. He let his women get the best of him. You know, a woman could take you out. It says, and taking the crown from the king's head and setting it upon her own head, she also struck the king with her left hand. And that's what these women do. They'll disrespect you, but then what? After she disrespect you, what you trying to do? You trying to entreat for her. You trying to apologize for her disrespecting you. It says, verse 31, and yet for all this the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. So she cracking on you, you helping her crack on your own self. It says, but if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter that she might be reconciled to him again. Meaning, he was quick to be like, oh, baby, you know, I'm sorry. But she the one in the wrong, and she flipping it on you, and you the one fucking saying sorry, man. That's some simple ass shit. And it goes back to the scriptures.
That's just true.
You know, Adam, what the brother was saying, you know, how these dudes gonna do wicked shit just to, you know, bring it back to their Eve, you know, what this world pushes. You know, women will not, you know, the woman in the light, in the so-called, you know, light, they ain't gonna mess with no dude if they don't got a so-called bag. It's all about, you know, this world pushes getting the bag, you know, for the woman, you know. So, you know.
Yep. I call for that.
The Proverbs.
Yeah,
Proverbs 6:23.
Yep.
This is Proverbs 6 verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
So the scriptures is giving you the way of life, the way of instruction, and a part of that is to not let your woman rule over you. Keep reading, Baba Sean.
Verse 24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Yeah, and that's spiritual, going into different doctrines and philosophies. But the Lord also can keep you from evil women. What does it tell you in the book of Ecclesiastes? Written by who? Our King Solomon. What did he say? I find more bitter than death the woman. And death is bitter. But he said, you know, it's more bitter than death, the woman. Ecclesiastes 7:26. I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart, meaning her mind, is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Meaning what? She's always trying to figure out a way how to trap you up. Just like how we read earlier in 1 Ezra, she took the crown off the king and put it on her own head. That's what these women are trying to do. They always trying to replace you. They always trying to get you off that pedestal and put themselves up there. It says, it's like you going to say? It says, whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. So if you please unto the Most High, the Lord will have you escape wicked women. But if you don't please the Most High, you'll be taken by her. Going back to what the brother said earlier, many men have fallen out the faith because of a woman. And Sirach, the 19th chapter, tells you that. That was also part of the list, but might as well get it now.
Like, truly ask yourself, is a woman really worth your salvation? Is a woman really worth getting burned by the thermonuclear fire destruction that is coming to Babylon? Is it really worth it? Is all that truly worth it?
Of course not.
Truly.
But you know, the Lord, you know, put these spirits on these women to take these men, because, you know, truly those men weren't really men of the Lord, you know, so, you know, they got to get taken out one way or the other.
Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 19 and verse 1. A laboring man, actually I'll just go straight to the point. Sirach 19 and 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth the harlots will become impudent. Okay? So wine and women make men of understanding to fall away. So you could follow out this truth over a woman.
That's right.
Or you could follow this truth from wine. And both and wine spiritually and women spiritually also represent different doctrines and philosophies too. Just like how Adam fell away from righteousness when he followed after the doctrines and philosophies of the serpent through his woman.
That's right.
Just like King Solomon fell away from the way of righteousness when he followed the different doctrines and philosophies of those idol gods through his women. And we're going to read about that. Who got Sirach 47, Baba Kashaw?
I got it. This is Sirach 47, verse 19. Das didn't by
Start a little bit from the top where it talks about Solomon, Baba Kashaw.
Okay, this is Sirach chapter 47, verse 13. Solomon reigned in a peaceable time and was honored, for the Most High made all quiet round about him, that he might build an house in his name and prepare his sanctuary forever. How wise was thou in thy use, and as a flood filled with understanding. Thy soul covered the whole earth, and filled in thy fields it with the dark parables. Thy name went far into the islands, and for thy peace thy was beloved.
Yep.
The countries marveled at thee for thy songs and proverbs and parables and interpretation.
Right.
By the name of the Lord Yahweh, which is called the Lord Lord Yahweh of Israel, thou didn't gather gold as tin, and didn't multiply silver as lead.
Meaning that he had hella wealth, he had hella wisdom in his time, right? He said he gathered gold as tin, just like how a soda can is made out of tin, you know, or we have a tin foil, quote unquote, or aluminum foil. They said that's how basically the gold was in Solomon's days, man. You know, he was balling like that. People be recycling cans, you know what I'm saying? But in Solomon's day, he was recycling gold. That's how much money he had, you know, how much wealth. Keep reading, Baba Kashaw.
Sirach chapter 47 and 19. Thou didn't bow down.
It's like thou didst
bow thy loins unto women, and by thy body thou was brought unto subjection.
Right. He was brought unto subjection through bowing his loins down unto women, man. Okay? So bowing his loins meaning what? He was putting his rod in a lot of things, and that got him in trouble. You know? And there's nothing wrong with popping a woman. There's nothing wrong with having multiple women. There's nothing wrong with having one woman. But it's when you let your woman do the leading, that is when you go off. That's why it says, by thy body thou was brought into subjection. Meaning that he was subject unto the ways of the woman through their wickedness.
That's a lock you. And also, like, you can't have the woman doing the leading because, mind you, the man is the head of the household, because it goes Yahweh Shai.
I get the scripture to back you up. You can keep talking.
But it goes Yahweh Shai, King David, 144,000. And then you got the man, the woman, the child.
That's right. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know, the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. So that's the order. It's the Most High, Yahweh Shai, man, woman. Also in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, the Lord said, thy desire shall be unto thine husband, and he shall rule over thee. Okay, Genesis 3 and 16. I'm going to finish off on this Sirach, though. Sirach 47 and 20. Thou didst stain thy honor and pollute thy seed, so that thou broughtest wrath upon thy children and was grieved for thy folly. So he stained his honor through bowing down his loins unto women, man. Okay? We had a couple more precepts.
Oh, we only have one left.
I think that's it. You read 19.
Yep, I read 19.
Yeah,
You read 19.
Yep, so unless y'all brothers got any other points, we can wrap up.
You know, like the brother brought out in the beginning, you know, don't be a simp. You know, we are the prize. Self-explanatory, man.
Yeah.
Don't be a simp. Don't fall out for these women, man. You know, these women ain't worth it. You know, in that day, it's gonna be 7 women for 1 man. So you out here simping for that one woman that ain't worth shit. You know, you losing your mind, losing hairs. You know, you gonna see in that day it wasn't worth it because these women ain't don't got nothing. You know, so you know with that being said, we want to give. Well, y'all brothers got anything? We want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahushai, Baal Shem, Rakakwadash.
Want to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders that rule well, and peace, blessings, salutations to the elect scattered abroad. Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.